Coach Nick, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the LYTP shoulder series that we've developed here at Performance University as what we think is a smarter, more effective, and more efficient version of the more traditional complex that you might be more familiar with, called the YTWL shoulder complex. Basically what we're working out here is the posterior shoulder complex, the lower trapezius, middle trapezius, the rhomboids, the shoulder external rotators, commonly weak, commonly dysfunctional muscles in most people from too much sitting, too many pushing exercises, and on down the line. So we've talked about each one of these exercises. I'm going to show you in depth in their own video, and I highly, highly suggest you watch each of those videos. They're on the website at Tumminello.com. What I'm going to show you today is our three favorite ways to apply the LYTP sequence. Okay, so there's from three positions. First is the standing position. You see I'm going super heavy today. You want to keep it pretty light with these exercises because they're smaller muscles. So I want to start standing at a slight angle. Okay, so kind of like a shortstop position. I'm only going to do a few reps of each. Normally we do anywhere from 8 to 15 reps of each letter. Today I'm just going to do about 2 or 3 to save time here. So stand at an angle, good straight back. I'm going to maintain this. Start with my L's. I can either be thumbs up or palms flat. That doesn't really make a difference. So I do my L's. We explain why we do L's first in another video. I don't need to repeat myself on that one. So once you've done your L's, then you go to your Y's. Notice how I'm getting my arms in line with my body, and I'm not overusing my lower back. So we do our Y's. Y's look like this, so you can get an idea. Then we go to T's. T's basically look like that. So I'm here. Then we do P, which stands for pivot prone. Again, we've covered all this in other videos if you're not sure. And we'll just like that. Okay, so you can see what it looks like from the front. What I'm doing here looks like so. Okay, trying to get the pinky to the sky. So that's the standing version. That's one position. So it gets my torso about 45 degrees to the pull of gravity. If I want to get a little bit more of a parallel resistance to center of gravity, or parallel to the floor I should say, then I'd use a ball. I want to prevent my lumbar spine from kicking in and lifting me up, so what I do is drive my knees into the ball by turning on my hip flexors. See I'm creating a little dimple into the ball of my knee. That creates reciprocal inhibition of my extensors. So I'm turning on my flexors to downregulate my extensors. That's just good physiology. So that ensures it's just my thoracic that lifts me. That's where I want to be. Same sequence here. So we go to the L's, go to the Y's, lifting as high as I can. We go to the T's, and we go to the P. Again, that one doesn't represent the letter P. It represents the name of the exercise, which is called the pivot prone. That's a neurodevelopmental exercise. Again, just type in pivot prone, and you can search that and you'll find our video. The third progression is a little more advanced. I love this one if you want to use a band. Now what makes this tougher is as the band's resistance increases as it's stretched, you're getting a little bit weaker, so you have to be pretty strong if you want to do this one. What we do is wrap the band around your feet, slight bend in your knees. You don't have to be Mr. Super Hamstring Flexibility. You can keep your knees slightly bent. From here, that keeps my lumbar spine out of it, because now I can't extend my lower back, because now my pelvis is posteriorly rotated. Head flat, we'll start with the L's. The floor tells me exactly if I'm doing it right or not, because look, I'm going all the way down. So I do my L's, then when I do my Y's, I grab right inside here, like I'm clapping, and I want to touch. Down to the floor, down to the floor, to the Y, and I turn to neutral grip, we can do a T, okay, and the pivot prone, I can go inside grip here, so it's looking this way, and some people, actually I'll show you 2 variations that we do here, but anyway, we'll do the pivot prone this way, that's a tough one, or you could do a face pull from here. Face pull would bring you here, and you would try to take this to the floor. Okay, so I've given you the LYTP shoulder complex series. If you want super stable, strong, healthy shoulders, I highly recommend you do this exercise or this complex on a regular basis, at least 2 to 3 times a week. We've given you 3 ways to apply it. We just rotate these in and out. 1 day standing, 1 day on the ball, 1 day supine with the band.